to the RETAY Nation Podcast. Join along with our team at RETAY as we bring you interviews, stories, and reviews from members of our growing community right to your ears. Whether it's in the blind, truck, or at home, we hope you enjoy the show. This is the RETAY Nation Podcast. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of the RETAY Nation Podcast, and we're on film.
I know.
I've been trying to hide my ugly face for these last couple weeks. Not anymore.
Now people get to see what we look like, Hunter.
Yeah.
We're at the hunting shack.
Yeah, hunting shack. As you can see, the beautiful mounts.
Some of them. Not all of them.
Not all of them, yeah. Maybe a different week. There'll be some other
We'll have to set the stage
angle.
for everybody.
More of the deer are on
Right.
this side.
Yeah.
Birds are on this side.
Yeah.
You've got
themes going on.
quite the array of species up there. Is there a species on your list that you would like to shoot yet?
You know, like just in general?
Yeah, like is there like a bucket list bird or a couple bucket list birds?
Oh, birds?
Yeah.
Not really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to shoot like a, just something unique, like a crossbreed.
Okay, like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like farm duck. No.
Yeah, I know a guy who hunts specifically on the Mississippi River. He's from Wisconsin, and he literally has a hunting camp, and he hunts from opening day until close over there. Yeah. I think he's got like 3 hybrids crosses, really cool birds that, and that flyway, right, the vast amount of birds you're getting, your odds are way higher than us hunting potholes for wood ducks around here.
Well, that one year down on our duck lease, Sam's daughter killed a blonde mallard.
Oh, really?
And and that was pretty cool. You know, I saw it flying, and she picked it out before I did, and smoked that thing.
How many blondes have you seen? Blonde mallards, specifically. I've seen one. Now that you're bringing that up, I think I've seen one. It was a late season field hunt.
I've seen 2. I've seen 2. Yeah. And
so that was one of 2. What was the other one?
I think we were in Nodak, maybe. Or was it here? And I don't, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm getting older, so it's starting to fade.
The memories. I think I like an old squaw on my wall. I think they're pretty cool birds. And in Wisconsin, we're pretty lucky we could hunt just about a lot of different species of ducks, and between Great Lakes stuff, divers and stuff, and potholes and stuff. But old squaw, like, we get them on Lake Winnebago, Green Bay, Lake Michigan. It seems like a pretty easy hunt. I'm thinking about taking out my 18-foot Warrior boat and just running some long lines off the back. I've heard that it could be done. It'd be kind of fun to film that. Just try it, Mike. We can go on some kind of nasty weather and just try it.
Uncle Bill and I used to do the bay out of his walleye boat, and he had, I'm not kidding you, it worked. He had tank mesh, and his boat was blue. Was it blue? His crest liner was blue and white. Yeah. And we just had tank mesh camouflage. Yeah. We threw over it, and it was awesome because we turned the seats around, and we had little buddy heaters keeping us warm, and we had the lines coming in, and we had, little confidence in the middle there, and they'd follow those stringers up.
That's pretty wild. I always worry about somebody shooting my Mercury, though, my motor off the back, if you're hunting directly off the back of the boat.
Yeah, but you're sitting in a chair, man, so you're sitting here like this.
Easier to stand up and shoot out than out of layout.
He had his canopy up, and he had a camouflage one.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was up. Because guys, floating pontoon boats out there, right?
Yeah, I've hunted out of those.
So what's the big difference? You had that covered. We had that canopy up. And we're sitting there, and so you just sat there and went like this. Boom.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's like they're flying right at you. Easy enough, sitting in a nice comfy chair compared to a layout boat.
And you had warmth. You had heaters going.
Snacks.
Well, snacks, it was better because we had grilled ham and cheese going,
How would you retrieve the ducks? Would you have a dog?
I had Lady at the time.
Okay, so you'd send her off the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I got pictures of her doing her first big water retrieve.
That's pretty
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. That was always my thought. Like, would you have to... Bluebills. Yeah, I guess I could spot lock my boat, and then now you can put an anchor down, and then...
Well, this was in Dead Horse.
Oh, okay.
So it was really shallow, so you could anchor no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
But there are holes out there, man. All of a sudden you're walking, all of a sudden,
yeah.
fill your waiter.
I was out. I went out to Green Bay muskie fishing 2 weeks ago, and it was the day before Teal opener here in Wisconsin, September 1st. And there was like 3 or 4 duck boats going out the night before. It was Friday night I fished, and Saturday was opener, and guys were already reserving their spots. And there's I didn't read this article. I don't know if you read it. This advisory to not eat ducks at Green Bay. What was the deal on that?
Cordo sent it to me. Andy. I didn't read the whole thing. I was just disgusted. You know, I'm a little behind. You know, RETAY's keeping me super busy right now. We got all this new great product that we're working on launching for next year. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball right now on keeping up with what's going on out there. But he sent it to me, and it's just like it's fish, it's everything right now. So I don't know if it had something to do with the weather. We're gonna have to do some research on this, but. Here's my thing. When I just read the title, I shook my head and I just texted him back. You know, I'm like, you know, what the heck, you know.
But people still go and eat McDonald's hamburger.
Right, or chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, those puddle ducks, some live there.
Right.
But they're just stopping over.
Yeah. Right now, maybe you have your resident birds, but like in another couple weeks, they're all not native.
Right. And they're going to stop over.
Right.
But they're going to keep moving. So they're going to eat out there, and they're going to go somewhere else, and somebody's going to shoot them.
Yeah,
so,
I shot a Green Bay bird. Yeah, you're not going to know.
You're not
unless it's
know.
banded.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, you know, so I was just like, oh, boy, you know, like, who knows? And who knows anyways? Like, I don't know what it is. We probably should have did some research before.
I will. Next podcast, I'll make sure I read up on that.
You'll forget. You're older than I am in your brain.
I have a mush brain.
Yeah, moosh.
Too many years. Gosh.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
yeah,
know.
So the last podcast we did was at the Wisconsin Waterfowl Expo, which
great
was really
event.
Cool.
Great event.
Yeah, it was a great event. It's going to grow for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people there.
Yep.
Really interesting podcast we had about, you know, the sandhill cranes and stuff like that. And nice to see that there's more regulation / you know, an effort to have that season come.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of them here. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think the cool thing about that event is that out of all the events we did this year for Live Fire, it was the busiest event that we did, and the amount of shotguns we put into youth and women's hands, and yet the women that were there for the first time shooting a shotgun and fitting them was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The Gordian Compact was hot for the women.
Totally hot.
A lot of women. They couldn't buy the guns there, but from what they were saying, they're gonna pick one up.
We'll find out because we have another event. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know if you've been keeping up on your emails or not, Hunter.
It was bear hunting, but yes.
The first weekend in October.
That's opening day of duck.
I know this is going to be a struggle for us.
Where is this at?
I don't even know if I should say it right.
Yeah, we'll save it for after the podcast. This will be a debate.
Yeah, this will be a heavy debate because it's a 3-day event, and I haven't got the information back yet.
Yeah.
Our rep here from Wisconsin sent me an email. He has another event out of state that
he has to go to.
And we're going to have to try and figure this out because the nice people that were running the range, one of the ladies contacted us and see if we want to show up. So I think it'd be a good event, you know, buy before they try, and it's a big place here in Wisconsin, but we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was good. But I think that got an email close to 10,000 people.
Oh, really?
Showed up. It was crazy. And from what I gathered, this was their biggest event. 2, for all the vendors, the busiest. Even what's that one in Minnesota that everybody brags about?
Game Fair.
Busier than Game Fair ever for sales wise. You know, people love ducks here in Wisconsin, waterfowl.
Yeah.
In general.
It's a good kind of central too.
Yeah, and they were here to spend money.
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard that expo, like a lot of revenue,
and it was just dynamite. And 2 days, 2 full days, I don't think was enough. We'll see what happens next year, but yeah, we're on a docket for next year. We'll be there and
make sure you guys remember that. It's like the first weekend in August.
No,
No, it's a
22nd
second weekend. Yeah,
22nd,
second or third weekend in
23rd,
August.
something like that.
So kind of keep it on your guys' calendars.
Yep.
You guys want to swing up to Wisconsin or over or down wherever you're at.
It's a good time.
Check it out.
Good time.
But today we have a special guest on the podcast. Another one.
One or two?
One.
Okay.
One. Yes, we are having.
It's not Henry.
No, Henry is a good lad. Although I mean he's here. He's here most weeks, but
Last week's, huh?
we have Ryan from PatternPros. And for those of you who don't know about PatternPros, you're about to learn a lot more. But Ryan is going to be on the podcast today, and I'll give you just a quick the overview on PatternPros. Basically, if you've ever bought a gun, a shotgun specifically, and like, hey, what shells you want to pattern your gun, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money and then have a box of shells you're not going to use because it doesn't pattern good. PatternPros make packages of popular brands of shotgun ammo that you can buy, and instead of buying full boxes, it's smaller amounts. It's a very valued price, and you get all this variety of ammo to pattern out and test, and then you can go from there. So it's a really kind of a push-button, easy way. I don't know why I didn't think of this idea.
I know.
But I've told a couple friends, and they're like, dude, that's a genius idea.
Best ideas come to other people and not us.
Yes.
But here's the cool thing. I met these dudes down at Delta through Rocky at Bluebird.
Yeah.
And they're friends with them, and they're out of FLA, I believe, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing about it, like Hunter said, is that it's either waterfowl, turkey, whatever you're shooting. You want to know, like, hey, instead of going out and buying a bunch of different boxes of ammo.
Well, if you're buying TSS for turkey, it's expensive.
Right. You can buy this package from them. Bunch of different manufacturers, loads come in there.
Yep.
And boom, there you go.
Right.
And I wonder if you can do custom boxes. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Well, I think we should give him a call and have him on.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the podcast. We got Ryan on the other line from PatternPros. Ryan, what's going on?
Well, just getting ready for the Gator season opener tomorrow here in South Carolina.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. And Christian couldn't be on it because he was out scouting.
Dude, wait. Hold on a second here. Slow the roll. Yeah. Nobody said anything about gator hunting. That's
surprise.
Surprise. That's on my bucket list. That's one of the things.
Oh, you didn't say that earlier when I asked you.
You said birds, man.
Birds, yes. Reptiles.
Yes. Gator is one of the things on my bucket list besides buffalo.
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 Yes.
Gator.
Yep.
Red stag.
Okay.
Moose.
Okay. Well, maybe Ryan's the guy.
I guess so. What's going on? Talk about the little gator situation going on down there.
So I started putting in here in South Carolina when I moved here. So I did 8 years in the Marine Corps.
Thank you for the service.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So that's where Christian and I met, my business partner, and my wife's family is from here. Like they've been here probably since the inception of the United States. And so I tried to move to Montana,
mm-hmm.
which that idea lasted in my wife's head as a good idea for about 2 weeks. And then she said, no, we're not doing that. So that crushed some hopes in the ring. But so I started putting in for this tag, in 2021. And when we were on our way to the Delta show, driving down the road, I got the notification saying that I got selected. So I was like, sweet. So immediately, plans are going into motion, and Christian's like, he lives in North Carolina, about 3 hours away. And he goes, all right, I'll bring the boat down. We'll do this, and this. And neither one of us have ever done it before.
That's cool.
So yeah, we were going to have my brother-in-law, but he's got to go out of town.
Okay.
So Christian should be here hopefully in the next couple hours, and we are going to go get out on the river. That I spent quite a bit of time on, either catfishing or just cruising around with my wife's family. And there's an absolute ton of gators. So here, it's not like swamp people where you can go hang baits. It's you find one, and then you get like a big rod and reel with a huge treble hook, and you got to cast over them and then hook them.
That's cool.
And then bring them in. And as Christian has pointed out, he goes, I don't think they could have found a more dangerous way for you to do this.
Yeah.
Because not only are you bringing a dinosaur to the boat, and you have to shoot them with a pistol, a bang stick, or a bow. So you can't make any kind of long shot. You have to bring them to the boat. Not only is he within arm's reach of you now, he is severely pissed off.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, hopefully we can find a good one. This evening, and maybe go back tomorrow. The season starts at noon tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll hopefully we'll put in probably right after that, and pretty much be on the river the entire day. But while we're out tonight, we're going to hang some catfish lines as well.
Cool. Well, yeah. But yeah, back to PatternPros off that tangent. We said we were going to go on some tangents, and Gator hunting's a good one. But let's talk about PatternPros, because at least a lot of people in Wisconsin here that I'm from have not heard about it, and I'm sure there's some people listening to this podcast that maybe have not heard about it. So let's dive right into it.
Yeah. Well, so we started it, I'll start at the beginning. It was me, Christian, our other buddy Brody, who he helped us start. He's doing his own gunsmith and stuff now. So it's just me and Christian, and we were all stationed together in Camp Pendleton, California. Then we all got out. Brody and Christian got out in 2020, and then I was that next year in 21. And Brody had called me. We talked. We still talk all the time. And he had called me. It would have been 2022, like that fall. And he had bought a new gun. He bought a couple different boxes of shells, and he went and patterned them. And he's like, "Dude, they suck." He goes, "They like. I'm not taking those. I'm not taking either one of those hunting."
Yeah. So
it's like, what do you do now with those boxes of shells?
Yeah.
Well, you either give them to your buddy or they sit on your shelf and collect dust.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, well, what can we do about that? Like, there's got to be a solution here. Marine Corps, have to overcome. And it was, I was like, well, what if we put more than one type of shell in a box? And I was like, is there anything like that? And he's like, no, I don't think so. And so he talked to friends and family. I talked to friends and family, and I think I called him like that next evening. I was like, dude, let's freaking do this. Like, I think we got, like, there's some potential here. And so we start talking with people. We start talking with some ammo companies, and it was like, all right, like, I think we're going to do this. And me and Christian went to Brody's house in Oklahoma in January of 23 to go do some duck hunting. And we officially formed the LLC. And It was like, all right, boys, like, we spent money. Like, this is real now. Yeah. Like, so really kind of started to figure some stuff out, and it was definitely interesting. This wasn't something that I planned on. I was starting my own business of this kind of nature, and so what we ended up coming up with, we started with waterfowl, was 8 different shells with 3 of each in a single box. So 24 shells in a box. So essentially a normal amount of, -1, and allowing you to try out a bunch of different shells without spending a ton of money and actually find the best shell for your setup.
Right.
So you'll find you find the best patterning shell. And I think something that is severely overlooked is whether or not that shell is actually going to cycle out of your setup, because for some reason, that gun may not like a specific shell, whether it's, I couldn't tell you why. Maybe it's the brass, maybe it didn't have enough power. I don't know. Yeah. So it allows you to try all of that out without going and buying 8 different boxes of shells.
Yeah, that's expensive.
And so, like, for instance, I'll read you off one of our boxes here. I'm sitting here in my basement doing all kinds of stuff. So this is we do 12 gauge and 20 gauge right now. We have 6 different options for each gauge. So this is our number 3 pack. So it's all number 3 shot size, except for in this one, the Migra, so 2s and 4s, but we try to keep it as universal as possible. Right. So this has Winchester Expert, Winchester Dry Lock, Kent Fast Steel 2.0, Migra 2s and 4s, Epic Shot Shell, Remington High Speed, Federal Speed Shock, and Sadie's Fatties, which is a small handler company out of Ohio.
Okay. So
that's just one example. And in order for you to try and buy all of those shells, you're going to spend upwards of $300 plus. And I tell everybody, we work with every single manufacturer, and I'm like, I'm never going to push one shell more than the other.
Right.
Like, they are all going to shoot differently, and the amount of gun, choke, shell combinations are just about limitless, is what it feels like at this point. There's new shells, there's new shot sizes. Winchester just came out with a 2.5 and 4 shot size box called Last Pass.
Yep.
And so there's just a constant, there's just constantly something new. And so for whatever reason, your shell, your setup may absolutely freaking hate a specific shell.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be an expensive shell. A lot of the time, the cheapest shell in the box will shoot great. It'll outshoot the other stuff. So it's going to do a couple things for you. It's going to allow you to see whether or not, if you're buying an expensive shell, hey, that shot great. So now I can justify me spending $30, $35 for a box of shells because I know it works really well. Or you go the other way and you're like, man, I was shooting a $30 box of shells, but now this freaking $20 box of shells shot way better. So now you're saving yourself every time you buy a case. You're saving yourself $100.
It's a genius idea.
It adds up. It adds up so quickly, and then when you're actually out hunting, so now you're only shooting that bird once or maybe twice.
Yeah.
Compare if you've got a well patterned setup compared to 2, 3, 4, 5 times. If your pattern just flat out sucks.
Right. And I guess how many different packs you have for each gauge? You said 6.
It is 6 different packs for 12 gauge, 6 different packs for 20 gauge. And we were going to do a 28 gauge, but with the business world being in a weird place, we just went ahead and scrapped it for now.
Right.
Well, not scrapped it, but put it on the back burner. So, it's man, like I said, the more shells I'm seeing, I'm like, I can make another couple more packs with each of them at least. For sure. So I'm excited to continue to expand.
For sure. I'm sure everyone's asking themselves right now, how much is let's just say your highest end pack and your lowest end pack for 12 gauge?
So 5 of the packs are $64.99. So they've done a really good job of trying to keep it we're not going to put all the expensive shells in one pack. Okay. So $64.99. And those are pretty much all steel options. Yep. And then we have our premium pack, which is $74.99, and that is all bismuth.
Okay.
With a couple TSS steel blends in there.
Okay. And as far as on the turkey end of things, what's the price range there?
Right about the same, but things are going to be changing a little bit with that. Obviously, that's kind of in a similar world as or situation as bismuth. So I don't know what that's going to look like necessarily this year, but that also varies a little bit more because we have 12, 20, 28, and 410. And then for 12 gauge, we have 2 different 3.5-inch options. So we have a 3.5-inch TSS pack, and then we have a 3.5-inch lead pack. Okay. And then we also have a 3-inch lead pack as well. So for 12 gauge. So we have quite I think it's 12 options as well, 12 or 13 options. Dude, it's for all the turkey stuff. But again, that'll expand a little bit this coming year as well.
like I said, it's just such a good option. And for that price, like you said, you'd be spending so much money, almost $300 for if you buy all these packs of shells and you start buying TSS and start going down that route, whether it's turkey or waterfowl. The price is just right there. And I don't see why anybody who takes their hunting seriously and wants to save money wouldn't want to, try a pack out at least. I mean, everybody that I've told about PatternPros that hasn't heard about it is going to buy one. It's genius.
Well, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Appreciate the sport. And honestly, it's frustrating. So doing the show. So we had the Delta show last month or month and a half ago, whatever it was now. And the amount of waterfowlers that don't pattern their guns is kind of disconcerting.
Yeah, mind-boggling.
So it's something that I'm really, really trying to change and to show people that it matters. Not be like, hey, you don't have to come buy my product. I would love for you to, because it gives you so many options.
Right.
But if you just go understand what's going to happen when you go pull a trigger, and we've all done it where you're like, man, how did I miss that freaking bird? And then if you go put that shell on paper, you're like, well, dude, I had a freaking, mallard size hole in my pattern at 30 yards. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You've
wasted your money. You wasted good hunts. Most guys only have a certain amount of really good hunts a year. And like that, you don't want that to be the reason that you missed out. Right.
Yeah, where it's like, hey, man, I had birds that, coming in at 20, 30 yards and like just doing it right, and you're just freaking whiffing or you're taking feathers off. Yeah. So one of our biggest and by far most important reasons why I continue to push this is the conservation side of it.
For sure.
So I think Boss last year had put out it was like 1.6 million ducks are crippled every single year.
Yeah.
So that's a crap load of that is a lot of birds.
Yeah. That's a
duck
lot.
Hunters complain every year that the bird numbers are down. And all right, fair enough. But what you can do is, my goal is to reduce that number by 10% every single year. So 1.6 million ducks, if I can reduce that by 10%, so 160,000 ducks that are going to go back into the breeding population.
Yeah.
Over 1 year, you're probably not going to see much of a difference, if at all.
Yeah.
In terms of actually being able to notice it. But you do that and just say, you go 10 more years, and now you put exactly 1.6 million ducks back into the breeding population, not including all of the compounding factors that have gone along with it, because now all those other ducks are making more ducks.
Exactly.
And it's a no-brainer. And honestly, like, if we could get everybody to pattern their guns, which, let's be honest, that's just never going to happen.
Right.
Like, the amount that we could truly put back into the hunting world is huge. So you're going to put more ducks into the skies. You're actually going to kill more ducks. So a lot of those crippled ducks are now going to turn into stone cold kills, because, like I said, it's patterned. You're also going to quiet down your area of the marsh or flooded timber or whatever it is, because you're only shooting once or twice.
Right.
Yeah.
Compared to when it sounds like the freaking Civil War is going off there, and they're shooting 20, 30 times in a group, or how many people are in that group. But it's now you can go in there. You go into a spot. Hey, let's go bang them out real quick. Yeah, you go in there. You're in there for less than an hour or an hour, whatever it is. You have a good hunt. You bang them out. You get out and you're like, hey, we can come back tomorrow and probably still have a solid hunt.
Yeah, and you're not educating birds and wounding birds, and like you said, the compounding of this. If you start thinking about how far this spider web stretches out, it's a really, really great thing.
So people are always talking about like all these birds are educated, and it's like, hey, we saw 10,000 ducks today, but anytime they saw our spread or they heard a call, they're like, screw that, and they go the opposite direction. Well, it's because you're always going to have educated birds. I can't necessarily do that much, but it's, hey, they've only been shot at half as much compared to what they had been the year before when no one was patterning their guns.
For sure.
So tell me this, what's the next evolution in your product line that you guys are working on or thinking about?
I am very excited for this next 6 months. So actually right here at my feet, one of the next things that's coming out is actually going to be an Upland pack. So that's going to be the first iteration of it is going to be pheasant. So pheasant loads for all the pheasant hunters out there. And then there'll be a dove box as well. So like all the pheasant loads are going to be number 5s. That seems to be the most common shot size for pheasant. The only one that won't will be the migra load, which is the 4s and 6s.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and then all the dove will probably be 7.5s, which is, again, seems to be the most common shot size. But the thing that I got the most feedback from was a choke tube rental pack.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what about a choke tube pack? Because here, I'm sitting here, Snake Eyes is thinking, how many guys go out and pattern their guns? We were just talking about this, and they could have a great pattern with
eggshell.
They switch choke tubes, and it sucks.
Yeah,
and it's
awesome.
the tube, right? So, to me, the next evolution for you guys, because you already got the damn name, right? You got it locked up, right? Is to create
some type of choke tube pack.
Yeah,
right.
But now you said a rental, because how's that going to work? Like, why would you?
So, I already have the choke tubes. It's right now it's Moeller, Carlson's, and True Lock. And what it's going to be is we started with waterfowl. It'll be a 3-pack. So we'll send you the pack. There'll be there's a small rental fee, and then you'll have an established time once you get that pack. So let's just say a week to go out and shoot them.
Yep.
Whatever one shoots best, you go ahead and just straight up buy from us for a discount off of the retail price.
Yep.
So now you know that choke tube is great for your setup.
Yeah.
So then you send us back the other 2. Pretty much before that choke tube those 2 choke tubes are back to us, we will have already replaced that choke tube that you bought. And as soon as those come in together, we package them up, send them back out to the next customer.
Nice.
So we're starting with the 5 most common thread types, which is like, oh God, Invector Plus, Mobile,
Benelli Cryo.
I can't even.
Benelli Cryo Plus.
Cryo Plus. Yeah. Hey, I've got them right here. Let me go ahead and pull them out. So let's see what is that one here? Mobile, Invector Plus, Cryo Plus, Beretta Optima, HP, and what is that? Just Invector.
Yep.
Nice. All right, so Invector, yeah.
Invector and Invector Plus. Yeah.
Yep. So that there's still an absolute mess of other thread patterns out there.
Right.
But I think, just like anything that we've done, you got to start with something.
Yeah.
So
I saw the need for us because it's just like the shell stuff where when people on Facebook, they're like, hey, what's the best
choke tube
shell for this
it's also choke tube too.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, you're going to get a million different answers. So I always say it. I plug it to them because I'm like, this gives you the best options. But then on the other side of it, I see people selling choke tubes all the time.
Yep.
Well, why are they selling that choke tube? Obviously, because they've shot it and clearly have found something better. So as soon as they buy that choke tube and they shoot it, or even if they haven't shot it, they've already lost money. No one is ever going to pay for that choke tube for what you pay for it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, well, you get to try out, $400 worth of choke tubes right there in front of you and know without a shadow of a doubt, hey, this works because I just shot it.
Yep.
So is it going to be more of a just flush choke tubes, or you're going after like extended, and then you're going to offer mid-range, extended range,
long range? I mean, there's a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Now we're gonna, so we're going to swirl it right now. So
yeah, none of these are flush, and they're all mid-range.
Okay.
So this is again just starting with what most people shoot. I also don't think most people should be trying to shoot a mid-range or a long-range choke. I think most people just think that they can shoot longer. Like, I got the extended range in, and then they're taking longer shots.
60 yards, but they don't need to do that.
Yeah, and you're like, well, most of you are really not that good. So you're probably crippling ducks. You're shooting at ducks that are 60 yards, so you don't give them a chance.
Yeah.
So again, what are you doing? You're educating more birds because that bird came by 60, and most 99.99% of people, especially if you're shooting steel, should not be shooting 60 yards.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be shooting.
So it just like when I go pattern. So we also have our own targets. Mm-hmm. We do 3 foot by 3 foot brown craft paper with a 1-inch black dot in the center, and so like with our ideal way to pattern for waterfowl is you got 3 shells of each. So you're going to shoot at 20, 30, and 40 yards. When you go sit down and actually look at that black dot, which is probably close to the size of a green-winged teal's head in that ballpark. The Marine Corps broke my body for the most part. Everything else hurts except for my eyes. I have outstanding eyes. That little black dot to me is tiny. So for most people to sit down and look at it and go, need to understand, you're like, damn, that's a long ways. Mm-hmm. So it's going to show people really how far 40 yards is when you're actually out there hunting.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good thought. Well, I think there's a lot of guys too, I've seen kind of more of a push for this too. Like the chokes that come with your guns are really good chokes too. Like everyone between marketing and things like that need to go out to get these special extended, like you're saying, they think they can need to shoot 60 yards or can. They got to buy these expensive aftermarket chokes when like if you pattern, like if you, let's just say you buy a PatternPro pack and you use your chokes that come with your gun, if they can shoot steel, let's just say for waterfowl, like those chokes are generally good enough if you're shooting
for
ducks.
That gun.
Yeah, for that gun. They're made for that gun. And if you take the time to pattern them and find the shell that works for your gun and that choke, you don't need to go out and spend that extra money.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So it's there's just so many things that you can learn so quickly when you go out and shoot. So most of the time, like these stock modified chokes that come with your gun, they shoot fine. But a great example of why you need to go pattern is Christian 2 years ago had bought a brand new Winchester SX 420 gauge. A lot of people really like this gun. So we were getting ready to go to see our buddies in Arkansas in a couple weeks, and we go pattern. And it was at 20. He wanted to shoot at 25 yards for whatever reason. That was the distance he wanted. So I was like, all right, cool. I like to do it on a tripod a lot of time if you're really trying to find the best one, because I want to know how the shell and gun, all of that's performing. Not, consistent. Hey, can I hold this thing steady and just take the human error out of it?
Yep.
So he shoots, and we walk up and we go, God, like that sucks. That's obviously not the shell. And then we proceed to do this 5 more times with 5 different shells, and they were all equally awful. I mean, he would have had to been at 15 yards to like actually been able to kill something effectively.
Yeah.
And it was like holy crap! Like it was so bad that I was like, this right here just kind of proves our point, because most of the time that setup can just do just fine, but for whatever reason that stock choke did not. I don't know if there was something wrong with the choke or we had to try 20 other shells. I don't know what it was, but I just knew that there was an issue there and you weren't going to kill anything. So, he ended up going to get another choke. We patterned it later and everything was hunky dory. Everything was great.
Yeah.
But I was like, somebody got that same setup for Christmas.
Pattern it. Yeah.
Here's your new gun. Here's a box of shells. We're going out duck hunting tomorrow. And somebody had that same
issue.
That same issue.
Yep. Exactly.
And, it clearly wasn't the gun. Like that. A lot of people say that that's a good gun. And it was, for whatever reason, just that choke that came in it would just, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, there's how many instances like that. Not, even if you have, even every gun, like there's little things on every gun. Like if you have a gun, I have the same exact gun. Like I'm not going to shoot identical. Nope. There's a little changes in shells, like the way shells get packed. You might shoot the same shell 3 times and the pattern's not going to be the same every time. So like doing these tests and taking the time to pattern your gun, not rush it. Do it the right way, like you said. Take the human error out of it. Shoot it off a tripod or lead sled to make sure you're accurate. And having consistent results is so important, no matter what it is. I mean, same thing could be said shooting a rifle at deer or anything. Shooting a bow at deer. Archery is the same thing.
Well,
there's so many variables.
You say that.
I was hoping you're going to say something about this.
So. That is
good lead in.
That is kind of the another evolution that is coming out hopefully here in the next 3 months, 3-4 months.
Awesome.
Is the rifle side of it. So, which is definitely going to be an endeavor. But most likely what it's going to be is we check like the 5 most common calibers.
Yeah.
Out there. It's like 30-06, 308, 270, 6.5, and I think 300. 300, yeah, 300 Win Mag. So it'll be those 5 calibers, and we'll give you. It'll be 4 different manufacturers for the shell with 5 shells of each. And again, you got to figure out what it actually likes.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And
yeah.
Like I said, certainly it's an awesome idea. And I'm excited to definitely do it this year. With I got a RETAY 20 gauge, our new ace, that I cannot wait to also pattern and see what the best shell is out of it, and hopefully it can help some other people. I know Mike's excited for that too. Turkey season, the same thing. All my friends I've told about are going to be buying them. So if there's anybody out there listening who's interested in buying some, where do they go?
So Facebook is PatternPros USA. Instagram is just PatternPros, and then website is PatternProsUSA.com. And for the social media, I'm pretty darn good about getting back to people quickly.
Okay.
If you scroll down on the website, my number's towards the bottom. Go ahead, give me a call. I still am a full-time firefighter,
nice.
So working every third day. So if I don't answer, there's a good chance that I'm doing something there.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, I'm pretty good about getting back to people. So I always love to hear from people, whether it's questions or hey, I found this and it was awesome. So it's always great. I get to talk to people from all over the whole country. Which is really cool to see that things are kind of snowballing and our product is hitting kind of all corners of the country.
Awesome, man.
That is awesome.
Well,
very cool.
Well, Ryan, thanks a lot for being on the podcast and obviously all the information. And I can't wait to try it out this year. And, best of luck on your gator hunt this weekend and deer hunt coming up after that. Definitely send us pics.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, appreciate you being
Awesome.
on.
That sounds good, boys.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you,
guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Pattern Pros.
Yeah. Just like you said, you think about the compounding spider web of saving animals, more clean kills, just like how many birds you save, how many birds don't get educated, less cripples, more birds going back in the population. Like, it's really, really
Saving
cool idea.
money.
Saving money.
Money in the pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and you find out what works for you.
Yep.
You know, you're taking the guesswork out. You know, it just wish somebody would invent this for like broadheads.
Yeah. Oh. Well, guys, thanks again for listening to this week's podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hunting season's here. We're going to be bringing you more content on our YouTube channels, social media. Make sure you head over to RETAYUSA.com if you're interested in buying a new Ace or the ARX P22 or a Gordian or you name it. You definitely want to head over there. There's a dealer locator on there. You can find the nearest RETAY dealer near you and pick yourself up a gun.
Pick yourself up a sweet gun.
A sweet gun.
Right on.
Until next time, thank you.